June 18th, 1815, the Battle of Waterloo, one of history's most decisive military engagements and one of the greatest case studies in leadership under pressure. Today, we're not just revisiting the battle, we're unpacking the leadership decisions that shaped it and how they mirror the lessons we teach every day at all-around performance. Napoleon Bonaparte, charismatic, commanding, ruthlessly efficient. His leadership was built on speed and control. He centralized power and made decisions in isolation, because for years it worked. But at Waterloo, it didn't. Napoleon delayed his attack, waited for the ground to dry, underestimated his enemy, and overestimated his own timing. He issued vague orders to Marshal Blücher without confirming alignment, and when the Prussians arrived late in the day, it was already too late to adapt. This highlights a key lesson we emphasize at all-around performance. Decisiveness is important, but it's not the same as decision-making. Fast action without accurate information or empowered teams leads to failure. Leaders must seek clarity before speed. That means grounding decisions in facts, feedback, and foresight, not ego or assumptions. Now contrast that with Arthur Wesley, the Duke of Wellington. Calm, cautious, intentional. He walked the battlefield before dawn, knew the terrain, anticipated Napoleon's moves. But most importantly, he trusted his officers to execute the plan without micromanaging every step. Wellington didn't give step-by-step instructions. He gave purpose. That's what we call leading by intent. It's about setting a clear end state and then trusting your team to find the best path there. When leaders empower others with clarity, autonomy, they get results, especially when chaos hits. Wellington's army wasn't the best trained. They didn't have Napoleon's reputation, but they had cohesion, communication, and trust. In short, they were a high-performance team. At all-around performance, we say high-performing teams don't just happen, they're built. They have clear roles, strong communication, and mutual accountability. Wellington's units held the lines for hours because they trusted each other and knew their role in the bigger picture. And then there's Field Marshal Blücher, leader of the Prussian army, over 70 years old, injured just days earlier. His forces were exhausted, but he made the hard call to march anyway, to support Wellington and finish what they started. Blücher's leadership was about mindset, owning the mission no matter the cost. He knew his role, stayed committed to the alliance, and made sure his team showed up when it mattered most. That's what ownership looks like. It's not about comfort, it's about accountability, sacrifice, and finishing the job. These leadership truths haven't changed. In high-risk industries, whether you're leading a turnaround, a shutdown, or a complex project, the battlefield is different, but the pressure is the same. You need clarity before speed, intent before control, teams that move together, leaders who take ownership, and most of all, a mindset that embraces challenge and leads from the front. Waterloo is more than a clash of empires. It's a test of leadership, and those lessons still lead today. This is all-around performance. We don't train theory, we train leaders, because when the pressure hits, leadership decides the outcome.